Jesus taught us that life isn't about suffering endlessly. Instead, he taught us the importance of love, forgiveness, and compassion. But why do people end up in hell? According to Jesus, hell is not a punishment given by God. It's the consequence of choosing to ignore love and truth. Hell isn't a fiery pit. It's a state of being when we reject the lessons of love and grace that Jesus shared. When we close our hearts to others and live selfishly, we create our own version of hell. The message of Jesus: how to avoid hell and embrace true life. Jesus did not say, live a life of sacrifice and suffering. He said, live with love, kindness, and humility. The key to a peaceful life, both here and in the afterlife, is about understanding the purpose of life itself. Jesus taught us that we should focus on loving our neighbors, forgiving those who hurt us, and living with compassion. If we want to change the course of our lives and avoid the hell we've created for ourselves, we need to embrace the teachings of Jesus. By understanding and applying his lessons, we can transform our lives from a constant struggle to a place of peace and fulfillment. How can you change your life using Jesus' lessons? To truly transform your life, it's not about changing external circumstances or hoping that everything will magically fall into place. The real change begins from within. It's about shifting your mindset, your heart, and your actions. The lessons Jesus shared aren't just guidelines for how to live a better life. They are keys to unlocking true peace, fulfillment, and purpose. If you've ever felt lost, trapped, or as though your life is spiraling, his teachings offer a way out. Let's dive deeper into how you can use Jesus' lessons to change your life for the better. Love unconditionally. Stop holding grudges and start forgiving. One of the most powerful lessons Jesus gave us was the commandment to love unconditionally. In a world filled with anger, resentment, and division, it can be incredibly difficult to love those who hurt you or treat you unfairly. But Jesus didn't just teach us to love those who love us back. He taught us to love everyone, even those who wrong us. Why? Because holding on to grudges keeps us chained to the past. It traps us in a cycle of bitterness and pain that poisons our hearts. By forgiving those who hurt us, we set ourselves free. Forgiveness isn't about excusing the wrongdoings of others. It's about releasing the power they hold over you. When you forgive, you stop letting the anger and pain control your life. This act of love, though often challenging, can completely transform your mindset. It will bring you peace, heal your wounds, and allow you to open up to the love and happiness that was always meant for you. Live humbly. Don't chase fame or wealth at the expense of your peace. The world often tells us that success is measured by fame, wealth, and material possessions. But Jesus taught us that the true value of life isn't found in what you own or how much recognition you receive. Instead, it lies in your character, your kindness, and your humility. In today's society, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more money, more followers, more things. But chasing these things without a sense of humility will only lead to emptiness. True success is about living a life of simplicity, where your joy isn't tied to external achievements, but to your inner peace. Jesus showed us that we should seek contentment in the present moment, and not let the desire for more cloud our sense of fulfillment. Living humbly means finding joy in the little things, sharing a meal with loved ones, helping others without expecting anything in return, or simply appreciating the beauty in life's simplest moments. Humility allows you to build genuine relationships and find satisfaction in life's deeper meanings, rather than superficial accomplishments. When you let go of the need to prove yourself, you open the door to true happiness. Give to others. Life isn't about hoarding everything for yourself. Jesus constantly emphasized the importance of giving, not just your material wealth, but your time, energy, and attention. He didn't just teach us to give to the poor or to those in need. He taught us to give from the heart, expecting nothing in return. In a world where self-interest often reigns supreme, giving is one of the most powerful acts of love. When you give, you break free from the grip of materialism. Giving isn't just about money. It's about giving your kindness, your time, your support, and your understanding. When you help someone in need, whether emotionally, physically, or spiritually, you're participating in the cycle of love that Jesus encouraged us to nurture. Life isn't meant to be a constant competition to see who can gather the most. The true measure of a life well lived is found in the love you give and the positive impact you have on others. Seek forgiveness. Don't let your mistakes define you. We all make mistakes. We all fail. We all hurt people. But Jesus' teachings remind us that we are not defined by our mistakes. Instead of wallowing in guilt, shame, or regret, he taught us that the path to healing begins with seeking forgiveness, not just from others, but also from ourselves. When you ask for forgiveness, you release yourself from the burden of your past. You don't have to carry the weight of your mistakes forever. Whether it's seeking forgiveness from God, from the people you've wronged, or even from yourself, this process of healing is essential to moving forward. Forgiveness isn't about saying that what happened was okay. It's about acknowledging your mistakes, learning from them, and allowing yourself to grow beyond them. Remember, Jesus came to show us that we are all worthy of redemption. No mistake is too big to be forgiven. Through forgiveness, we open our hearts to the possibility of growth and change, becoming the best versions of ourselves. Find peace in faith, trust in a higher power, and believe there's a greater purpose. Life can be overwhelming. The struggles we face, the pain we endure, and the challenges we encounter can often make us feel lost. But Jesus taught us that faith is the anchor that keeps us grounded in times of uncertainty. When you trust in a higher power, in a purpose greater than your own individual struggles, it gives you a sense of peace and direction. Faith doesn't mean that everything will be easy or that life will always be fair, but it means that you have a deeper trust, that there's a reason behind every trial and tribulation. Through faith, you can find strength to overcome challenges, hope in the midst of despair, and purpose even in the hardest times. When you place your trust in God and believe that your life has a greater meaning, you will feel a sense of peace that transcends circumstances. Faith helps you see beyond the momentary struggles and understand that everything is part of a greater plan. By embracing these lessons, love unconditionally, live humbly, give to others, seek forgiveness, and find peace in faith, you are setting yourself on the path to true transformation. It's not an easy path. It requires daily commitment and effort. But Jesus' teachings offer you a way to break free from the cycle of pain, frustration, and emptiness, and instead lead a life full of love, peace, and purpose. If you truly want to change your life, start by living as Jesus taught. Let go of the burdens that weigh you down and trust in the peace that comes from living a life aligned with His wisdom.